This is me showing you my winter walk and wild camp using public transport. So this is me getting the bus up to Edinburgh city centre and taking that very short walk along Princess Street towards Balmoral where Waverley train station is, and I jumped on a train and before long I was passing Stirling and the sun was rising and just touching the Ochils, lighting them up pink, which got me in the mood for getting off at the next a stop further down the line, which was Pitlochry. And this is me here at Pitlochry getting off the train, one of those big long ScotRail intercity trains, and it was a great journey. Public transport up north is actually really good, and there's some good options for walking, and this is proof here because as I was walking along to the next platform I could see my destination, and there's the hill there. On Pitlochry High Street, plenty of shops here for some gear, some outdoor shops, cafes, supermarket and everything, so going to stock up on some bits before starting the walk. Hello there, what a beautiful day. That's me just leaving Pitlochry and heading north up the main road towards the start of the walk. Absolute glorious day, and I can just see tiny little bits of snow in the hills, so I'll give you an update when we get up there. It was a direct train from Edinburgh up to Pitlochry, very convenient, reasonably priced, and relaxing. And you get off the train and it was a 1 minute stroll up to the high street of Pitlochry, and then once I picked up a few bits it was a 15-minute gentle stroll up to this car park, which is the official sort of car park and starting point of the walk. So very convenient if you want to give it a try. A lot of cars here, so I'm guessing there's a lot of people up on the hill. Maybe no one with a big backpack and ready to camp out, but yeah, let's get going. Hello, a little update. Once I got to the car park, I walked for about 20 minutes through the woods. Nice gentle incline up, and then I've just come out of the woods there, just a few minutes down that path, and the view ahead is really nice. So there's the path continuing and it goes up to the right, and Ben Vrackie is that peak in the middle. So little bits of snow, not too much. The landscapes to the north will look really nice, so I can't wait to get up there to see the views on the other side. The weather forecast is great for a clear sky. I'm seeing lots of low-lying cloud right now, so hopefully there's some sort of inversion. Maybe later today or tomorrow morning, that would be ideal, but let's wait and see. Got up to the little lochin, which is kind of halfway to Ben Vrackie, and a little bit frozen over on this side. Some ice on the ground as well. Be interesting to see what it's like higher up. Here we go, that's where I came from, and that's where I'm going. Well, I'm about 100 metres from the summit, but I thought I would just take a video now because there's like 20 people at the summit. What a view. There we are. Still clouds down in the valley. And then that's Pitlochry, centre of screen. I've not seen the view to the north yet, and I'm looking forward to seeing that because I think the Cairngorms will be in view and they'll be pure white. And then I might swing round to that peak there. It's just like another sort of subsidiary peak, and I might go and camp over there. But I can just see through that gap, I can just start to see the Cairngorms and they're looking pure white. So yep, 5 more minutes and I'll get a grand view hopefully. So right, let's crack on. Oh, wow. That is the view north. Ah, there we go. That's the Benaglow range there. Carnlea. The 3 I walked them not too long ago actually. Amazing. Pure white. It was absolutely freezing on the summit, so I needed to make sure that I didn't get too cold too early on. So the normal drills, jacket off, extra layers on underneath, jacket back on, and out comes the windproof Gore-Tex jacket to take that wind off me, and the gloves as well. So I was all set. Ben Vraki was absolutely stunning on this day. It's in a great location because it's right on that boundary of like the lowlands to the highlands. If you look to the south in the direction I came from, it's quite flat, and you're looking over Fife and in the direction of Edinburgh, and you can quite clearly see there's not much of a landscape, but in the opposite direction to the north and to the west, you've just got mountain range after mountain range. So yes, it's a great mountain, and the weather on this day was just absolutely brilliant. Slowly over the course of the last half an hour, people have been leaving, and now it is just me remaining. And I have the view to myself. Absolutely spectacular. And I've just got a little time-lapse shooting in that direction. Views are looking really nice. It is really cold up here, surprisingly. Just sitting on the lee side of this sort of cairn with the sun is keeping me quite warm, which is nice. But when I stand up and start to walk over there, I'm sure it'll be very cold again. So that's it. Quite quiet up here too. A little bit of a scramble around to try find a camp spot. The ground is just so lumpy. I just couldn't find anywhere, so
I found 3 spots and I kept on going back between them, and I found one. I think this will do. I've just been trying to get down on my knees to see if it is actually flat. It's quite hard to tell, but I'm going to go for it here, which means I'll have a view, hopefully, of the sun going down if it doesn't drift too far north, and then a view of the sun rising in that direction too, hopefully. Yeah, just a nice view over the valley too. Downside is I won't have a view north of the Cairngorms, but if I want to camp up there, I mean the ground is iced over and it would be a biting wind the whole night. So just a bit of comfort here I think will be fine. I'll go up to the summit for sunset and that'll be good enough for me. So that's it, let's get this tent up. That is the tent up. No wind here, which is nice because it was, yeah, there was a chilly wind up there, so very difficult to figure out if it was flat ground or not. But I kind of halfway through the tent being pitched, I just sort of got in it just to make sure it wasn't a disaster. But it's nice, and what a view down there. Ah, quite a good spot because I'm going to be comfy, no wind buffeting the tent, and I'm going to be able to just sit here and take some snaps of the sunset and hopefully sunrise in the morning. So that's it. Quite lucky with this weather. I've went up to the little peak beside the campsite just for a 360-degree view, and I got some amazing light towards the Cairngorms. So over at Carnlea, that's the Benaglow range. And then yeah, I took some photos towards the southwest as well, Schiehallion and some other peaks there, just where the sun's going down. Absolutely amazing.
So I just spent the next hour or so strolling around the summit, taking in the views to the north and to the west. The views were absolutely incredible, and the sunset to the west was just out of this world. So it was just me in my head and my camera for a good solid hour, just filming it all, and this is what I saw.
we have a camp set up. I've got into my sleeping bag. I'm just wanting to warm up for half an hour to get some warmth back into my body before maybe starting dinner and yeah, eating food and having a cup of tea and things. And I might still take some more photos of that sunset, which is, yeah, there's just a band of orange across the sky, which is really nice. So yeah, awesome little walk, short and sweet, to be honest. Nothing massively adventurous, but getting up in a winter camp is, I suppose, is adventurous on its own. So yeah, that's all good. Time to get a brew on, I think. So the first thing I do when I get to the camp spot is obviously I put the tent up, and then I put the roll mat, I inflate that, and then I get my sleeping bag and I roll that out just to let it air out while I was, for example, taking like photos for an hour. And then I put my waterproof covering on my backpack like onto the ground, and I'll lie the backpack on top so it's not getting wet on the ground. And then yeah, I came back from taking photos and things, and yeah, I took my clothes off and I put basically like thermal bottoms on, and like I took my base layer off and put like a fleecy base layer on, which is much warmer, something way too hot to walk in, but I keep that for sort of getting in the tent. So once I swap my bottom layers, then I pretty much put all the same clothes back on. The only thing I've done differently is I've put my down jacket on, which will warm up and keep me much warmer. So I'm feeling pretty good right now. Toes are a little bit cold, but they're going to warm up for sure in this sleeping bag. I've got a proper winter sleeping bag, and I wouldn't recommend doing anything like this unless you've got a really good winter sleeping bag. So that's it. Of course, yeah, that's it. I think it is time to stop talking and get this brew on that I keep talking about. Cool, right, speak to you later. Okay, in here I have a little bag with tea bags, little sachets of powdered milk, a couple of coffee sachets, and like a little yeah, disinfectant cloth, I guess a little wet wipe type thing, that I've just put into this little bag, which makes things a bit easier. And just waiting on the old stove heating up. One more update. Might look cold, it is. I'm actually really toasty in the sleeping bag, so yeah, it's been a long evening of just, yeah, sitting in the tent, having food, having a tea and another one, and then going out for a pee. I've decided I'm not having any more tea because I'm needing a pee all the time, and getting the cold boots back on is not nice. So maybe one more pee and that should be it. Hopefully I don't need one during the night. And yeah, just scrolling on my phone, and then I go out and take some photos of the stars. Oh, it's absolutely amazing. I just looked out 2 minutes ago and actually all the clouds are completely gone, and it's much clearer than it's been all evening, so I might go back out for one more shot. And that's it. Yeah, no wind anymore, really still. I'm roasting in the sleeping bag now, so I think I'll be nice tonight, nice and cozy. So yeah, up early and see the sunrise is the plan. So yep, see you in the morning. Hello, good morning. As you can see, it's still pretty dark. It's about 6:30. Over to that way though, you can just see a nice band of light on the horizon, and the moon is over there. So I've just got up early now because I went to bed about 10 o'clock. That's a full sleep, and now I'm just going to take some photos. It's 10. Yeah, just take some more photos before the sun comes up, and yeah, just watch the sunrise. That is the plan. Check out the morning tent views. I'm just going to head up to that peak, 100 metres up there, and take some photos north to the snow-peaked hills. And then yeah, that'll be it. Won't hang around too much. Get all the stuff packed, which might be a little bit tricky with this tent completely covered in ice. I might have to strap it to the back of my backpack, and then walk down, which wouldn't be a big deal. And that's it. Yeah, okay, well, here it is. About 8 minutes to sunrise. Hey, bit of sunshine now. It's looking really nice. A lot colder than it looks. Those peaks behind, that is the Beniglow range that I was taking photos of last night. Pretty windy. And I'm just taking a time lapse with my GoPro and a time lapse with my other camera as well. So yeah, put that up on screen. Fantastic. My poles had to defrost. Everything was completely frozen. Tent frozen, everything. So that's it. Going to head on up and head down to Pitlochry and get, yeah, breakfast or something. back on Benvrackie, and it's looking absolutely amazing towards Schiehallion. Oh, so clear. We'll try a little tour here. Okay, I just had a look in my map and we're almost looking all the way down Loch Tay actually. And this is Benmore and Stubinian, which makes sense because Benmore's a big bulk of a hill, big dome top, and Stubinian's a pointy one. That would make sense. And then the big one here, Ben Lors. And then the 5 Munros at Ben Lors are round about here. Anstuck, I think, is that little peak there. Ben Glassel behind. I think that's Anstuck, Mulgarve. And if we come round, there's 4 Munros to the south of Schiehallion in Vervar. That'll be those here, and of course Schiehallion here. Absolutely amazing. And now is this Loch Tummel, I believe would be in there somewhere. Oh, lovely. And moving round to the right, you can see this valley in front of us, and the A9 is running right up that valley and the train track. The next town along is Blair Athol, and that there is Blair Castle, I'm sure. Splendid, and just loads of white peaks in the horizon. I'm sure if we... I'm wondering if that's like the Ben Alder range there. Ben Alder range has got a flat, craggy top, and that one does. And it would put the Drumochter Munros up to the right somewhere here. Amazing. And then continuing round, there's not much else to see to the north but the same view, the Benaglow range. Oh, amazing. Puts me back into the woodland just when I thought I was out of trouble. This is the slidiest ground ever. Luckily I've got my poles here to keep me steady, but that's it. 10-15 more minutes. That sound of the birds, not the shooting, birds getting killed. The birds are tweeting. And that reminds me of being on the West Highland Way every single time. Amazing.
I was plunged into freezing cold temperatures as I entered back into the town in that fog that had been covering the town for the last day. I was shocked at the prices for a sandwich and coffee in one of the cafes in town, so I decided that the good old trusty Greg's meal deal would do it, which was absolutely brilliant. And yeah, so that was it, a winter wild camp using public transport from Edinburgh. If you'd like to see more of that, then just drop me a comment. And yeah, thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.